We've all been there, stressed, anxious, at the end of our rope, at a dead end. Gotta make a change, but there's no way, no options. The world is weighing on our shoulders. We're short of breath. We can hear our heart beating in our chest. Looks like the enemy is winning this one. Fear is pressing in. Hope is far away. Life has finally caught up to us, and we're about to be jumped in a back alley by whatever it is that we are running from. There comes a time in all of our lives where we just can't take it anymore. We are on the edge of giving up. There's only a small part of us holding on, and we can feel our grip growing weaker. Any part of us who is proud is brought to its knees. We hear cliches that offer no comfort. When you hit rock bottom, there is no other way but up. With a cry of desperation, we shout a plea from our soul into the darkness that is surrounding us. And in that small place, a small light appears at the end of the tunnel. It could be our eyes playing tricks on us, but it doesn't matter. We would take even false hope at this point. We've all been there. Some of us are going through this right now. There's a hard part of this journey we call life. When burdens become too much, when hope seems far away, when there's nothing that we can do but bear the pain of uncertainty. If you'll remember though, when you have been in a similar place in the past, somehow you got through it, and in most cases you were probably stronger on the other side. This is that small glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel. But what do we do if we're still stumbling in the dark with no sense of direction? What do we do when we feel like we're going to explode or implode, and we have not yet seen even a spark of hope? At times like this, what is it that you can do? Nothing. You may or may not have gotten yourself into this place, but to get out of it requires for you to give up, or more appropriately, to surrender. You have done all that you can, and somehow you are still in a very dark place. It is time for this mess to be in the right hands of the one who can make things right. When life brings us to our knees, it's time to pray. Not everyone believes in God, but He believes in us. He draws close to the brokenhearted. He is attentive to those who speak to Him from a humble place. At our lowest points, He is there for us to make sure that we don't fall off the edge that we're on. When we let go, when we loosen our grip, and when we surrender our thoughts and ideas, we create a space where He can speak to us, to comfort us. When we see that we are powerless, we can, at the same moment, see how powerful God is. At times like this, we don't have to believe in our prayers. God will believe in our prayers for us. He'll show you that He does indeed care about you. It may take some time, or it may take only a few moments, but God will get you through the toughest of life's trials. Some say that God won't give you anything that you can't handle. This is not true. If God did not want us to grow stronger, this would be true. If God wasn't leading us to a worthy destiny, He wouldn't give you circumstances that were too difficult for you to take. At times like this, don't point a finger of blame at other people, or even saying that it is the fault of demons for the reason that you are broken. It will serve you no good. God is sovereign, He is in charge, and the reason that you are going through desperate times is because God is aware of a greatness within you that you have not come into contact with. He will let life squeeze out any darkness within you, and at the same time the pressure that is felt is condensing you. A solid character is being formed. A supernatural resilience is being developed. Like the intense pressure of the earth that creates a diamond, so is the pressure that we experience from life. We're becoming rock solid, even though it feels like we are falling apart. It is an uncomfortable process that we go through, though it is a part of refinement. Through the tough times, we're becoming a greater person, and the end product is something brilliant, something uniquely beautiful. It is something that has never been done before. You'll be a new creation. Yesterday, you were melted into a seemingly useless puddle. Today, you are forged into a mighty sword, fit for a king. Knowing the process ends in an amazing outcome does not make it any easier though. Yes, there is a fragment of hope that you can carry, though it does not take away the crushing and overwhelming feelings. What do we do with these feelings? Do we just ignore them, knowing things will turn out okay? No, not at all. Experiencing these feelings is a part of the refinement process. Experience your feelings. Shout, share with a friend, write them down. And when you've done all that you can do and you're still feeling such intense emotions, then you are ready to give them to God. Let Him know that you can't take them anymore. Cry out, ask God for help, give your feelings to Him. Ask Him to take those feelings. Give your full, battered heart to God, and get to that place where with teary eyes you whimper, "Your will be done, God." You will loosen your hand, open your palm, and let God have whatever it is that you've been holding on to. It will be a beautiful, unforgettable release. This is true surrender. It is at this point where you realize that all of this time you could have been happy if you just didn't hold on to things so tightly. Though there is no condemnation, no judgment, just a greater sense of understanding and an unexplainable peace and relief. This is freedom. Living life from a surrendered position makes it difficult for evil to reach you. If you have no expectations of how things should go, how can you be disappointed? If you're content, how can you be upset about not getting what you want? There are healthy expectations and wants. When what we want is healthy, it will not be able to disable us, nor will be an opening for the enemy. It is a healthy want or expectation when, if it is not fulfilled, then you can still be content. If you are willing to do wrong or go to extremes to get what you want, then it is unhealthy and may be idolatry. More on idolatry will be explained in a later video. When our wants are not surrendered, the enemy can really press us and pin us and access us. Evil has the ability to incapacitate us with our desire to have our wants fulfilled. If what we want and what we need is truly left in God's hands, spirits can taunt us all they want, but they will have no power to drive us crazy, because we are trusting that God will deliver what we need at the perfect time. Sometimes the biggest fight will be giving the wants and needs on our heart fully and completely to God. When we get to the point of full surrender, this is when we're positioned to receive the desires of our heart. This is spiritual warfare.